Hey guys, Chicago injury lawyer Scott DeSalvo here, and in today's video we're going to talk about what is the value of my broken ankle case. Okay, so this is for people, listen, I see a lot of broken ankles in bicycle and motorcycle crashes. I see a lot of broken ankles in fall downs. You'll occasionally see a broken ankle in a car accident, but I would say usually it's a fall down case or a bicycle or motorcycle accident are the three most common ways I represent broken ankle cases. And like every injury case, what a broken ankle is worth in settlement or at trial are two different things, because in a settlement, you're compromising to get certain money now instead of taking the risk of trial. Because remember, at trial, if one thing goes wrong and one person on the jury doesn't want to give you the money that everybody else wants to give you, you have a hung jury, you don't get anything, and you might have to try the case again. And when you have a hung jury, that actually makes the insurance company happy, because they know that they think that you got a stinker of a case. They think there's a problem that you can't overcome. And then they might reduce their offer or withdraw their offer. So settlement and verdict potential on a case are two different things. But, what are we talking about with an ankle? Well, like every injury, it's how serious and permanent your injury is, right? So I've represented people who had ankle injuries that I was sure from the swollen ankle photos, they must have had a broken ankle, right? And so if you know medicine, if you're in a medical field, or if you've watched some of my other videos, that when a body part is super swollen up, the x-ray can't really visualize the bones very good. So a lot of times at the emergency room, you got a swollen body part, they try to reduce the swelling a little bit, and then they give you an x-ray. If you're still swollen, they got to let the swelling subside. You got to go back and do another x-ray, because the first x-ray, there's so much swelling, they're not getting a good picture of the bones, right? I've represented a lot of people like that, and then it turns out there's no fracture. It's just a really, really bad sprain. Well, a really, really bad ankle sprain is similar to a really, really bad neck or back sprain, right? Because it involves soft tissues of the body, except the difference is when you have a really bad ankle injury, it stops you from moving. I mean, if you can't get to work, or if you're a waiter or a waitress or a bartender, or you work in a factory, or you work security and you're on your feet all the time, or you're in the trades and you got to be able to move around and hustle, if you can't walk on your ankle, or you need a cane or a crutch, you're not going to work. They're not going to let you work, right? So there can be a lot of wage loss involved with an ankle injury like that. But, those cases still have value, and I've represented a lot of people. As I've said before, like a lot of times people come to me, we don't know how serious the injury is right out of the gate, and I still agree to represent the person, because whether it's going to be on the smaller side or whether it's going to be a really big case, the injured person needs help and they need their rights protected, right? And certain things in an injury case you can't go back in time and fix. Many of them I can, because I've been doing this for a long time. But there are certain things that you can't go back and fix, which is why oftentimes it's better to have a lawyer involved as soon as possible, because it gives you your best chance at a fair outcome for your injuries, especially if you've got permanent problems as a result, okay? So what happens if it is a fracture? Well, it's similar to other kinds of injuries. Are we talking about a fracture with no cast and boot? Believe it or not, there are fractures like that. Are we talking about a fracture that did require, 8 or 12 weeks in a boot or in a cast? That makes the case more valuable. What if we're talking about a leg fracture that required surgery? That jumps the value up quite a bit. What if you are one of those unfortunate souls who has to have multiple leg or ankle or foot surgeries because of you could have a spiral fracture where the bone fractures in a complex way. You could have a comminuted fracture where the bone fragments are out of position, or there's a lot of them. And in those cases, there are sometimes need for multiple surgeries. Those kinds of cases are very valuable. But the gold standard, the highest value case, really comes down to how permanently impaired are you as a result of the injury, right? So There are people out there who've had 3 ankle or leg surgeries and they are right as rain now. You know, maybe they still have some pain. Maybe they have some arthritis. When it's going to rain, it swells up and it's sore. They got to stretch their ankle out. But otherwise, they do pretty much everything they want to do. They can go run, jog, work out, dance at their daughter's wedding, whatever it may be. Same person, same fracture, same 3 surgeries, they got a permanent limp. And they got to change careers, right? So really what drives value in these kinds of cases is, do you have a permanent problem that really has a daily and profound effect on your life? Now, I'm not saying if you don't have that the case isn't worth value. I mean, I once settled a lady's case for $143,000 on an ankle fracture, and she was doing pretty well after. So those cases are, you know, can be very, very lucrative. But, you know, the top scale of ankle fractures are multiple surgeries, and the surgery did not quite solve all the problems. And if you're a regular viewer and you've watched other of my videos, I guess that's probably not going to be that surprising. So that shouldn't be a surprise to you if you've watched some of my other videos. If you have an outcome where you're pretty much okay, the value of the case could be substantial, but it's going to be less than somebody who has a real, profound, serious problem for the rest of your life. So that's all I have to say about ankle fractures right now. I hope this information helped you. If you need any help, please feel free to give me a call anytime, night or day. This phone line always gets picked up. It's 312-500-4500. That's 312-500-4500. You can call me anytime, night or day, and it's always free to talk to me about your injury case or situation. If you know somebody who needs a lawyer, refer me, you know, send them my way. I'd appreciate it, okay? What if you're not ready to talk to a lawyer? Well, that's okay too. I have 2 amazing tools on my website that people are going nuts over. They love them. I'm getting a ton of people thanking me and sending me nice messages. One is called the Case Cash Calculator. It tells you what the cash value settlement value of your case might be. And the other one is the Good Case Calculator. It tells you whether you have a good, strong case or whether you might have a case that has some challenges that you better be aware of, okay? Cool thing about both of these, links in the description below. They are both 100% free. They're on my website. All you do is answer 7 questions off the top of your head, and in 20 seconds flat, you have custom information about your particular injury situation, all without talking to a lawyer, all for free. So check out the links in the description. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and check out my YouTube channel where I literally have hundreds of videos like this explaining different kinds of injury cases and different wrinkles and how they work. It's really important information for you to have so that you can know what you're in for if you or a loved one has been injured and you might have to do a case or claim in the future. Okay, so last thing, if you wouldn't mind giving me a 5-star review on Google, that would really help me. There's a link in the description. Very competitive market. If you would be willing to do that, that would really help me out. You click the link in the description. It takes you right to the page. Click 5 stars, say a kind word, and then all you have to do literally takes you 5 or 10 seconds. And then it gets posted, and it helps me out tremendously, and I would really, really appreciate it, and thank you for considering doing it. If you don't want to do it, that's okay. We're still friends. You can still watch my videos and subscribe, and you know, ask me to shoot a video for you or consult with me, whatever. So only leave a review if you want to. We're still friends either way. So anyway, thanks for watching. If there's anything I can do for you, once again, I hope you and your family are doing well. If there's anything I can do for you, please give me a call, 312-500-4500. And with that, I am going to let you go and wish you a good day. Take care. Bye-bye.